Africa is seizing the opportunity to make its voice heard loud and clear during the 70th UN General Assembly. Under the chairmanship of Ethiopia, the African Union has formed a 13-member committee to articulate its position with regards to the relationship between the International Criminal Court and the continent.
I think the whole relationship between the ICC and Africa, right, actually need to be discussed.
It will not be business as usual in ICC. Why? Because what we are saying is that we will have to bring up a recommendation that will say we have to review our relationship with the ICC. We have to review, constantly review. If that goes through as a recommendation, then it will mean it's giving us an opportunity to say, hey, look here, wait 1 minute. Because our relationship with you is not good, we can pull out.
We are protesting as a continent of rules that are being divided into two, akin to Calabar that used to be in, it used to be in the height of racism, and we cannot accept a situation where the rules are applied differently depending on which continent it is.
One such situation is the application of Rule 68, in which the trial chamber has allowed prosecutor Fatou Bensouda to use recanted statements of witnesses in the case facing the Deputy President William Ruto and journalist Joshua Sang.
At that point in time, every African felt injured.
Because all of them understood that when it was amended, there was an agreement, and that is a legal foundation all over, that an amendment cannot be used retrogressively.
This is a fundamental shift in the relationship between the court, the ASP, and the member states. Because if we agree something as member states, if we have a certain understanding and we have one mind to do something contrary to that after the fact, is a major challenge, and it must be investigated and deliberated thoroughly.
So this is a unity strategy. There is need for lobbying within the UN Security Council, especially the African members within the UN Security Council, to make sure that, because one of the recommendations is for the deferral of the cases of the Deputy President William Ruto and that of the Sudan President.
President Uhuru Kenyatta separately held bilateral meetings with leaders from 2 Caribbean nations, the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Brown, and the President of Guyana, Granger, to seek their support for Kenya's push to have the application of Rule 68 withdrawn at the next Assembly of State Parties in November. The African Union argues that skewed application of rules and regulations by the International Criminal Court is a threat to international stability, and that this process is critical for the stability of not just Kenya, but Africa and the international community at large. Reporting for Citizen TV on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York, I am Sylvia Chebet.